Today we're going to be making a skillet honey garlic chicken, and it's going to be using chicken thighs and a lot of great ingredients. And what we're going to do, something we've added to it, is a southern staple. We love it on any kind of grilled chicken or something that's got seared skin on it, that kind of thing. But it's white barbecue sauce. And now I'm going to show you how to make that, and then we're going to go into the recipe for the chicken. And it's got potatoes and onions in it. It's a full meal in one, and it's great. But what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make this, and then I'll put the recipe for this at the end. I'm not going to go over, quarter teaspoons, that kind of thing, half teaspoon cup. I'm going to mix it together and tell you what's in it. And as simple as it can be. I mean, all you do is throw everything together and whisk it together, and then put it in. We use just an old squirt bottle. Make sure you get a good one, not the 99-cent ones that leak, but these are good ones that's not going to leak on you. And put it in there and chill it. You can eat it straight out just like it is at room temperature, or you can put it in the refrigerator and let it chill. I like to let it chill for a little while because it sets up a little better and everything gets to meld together. But anyway, let's get started. We're going to start out with dry ingredients. We're going to have your cracked black pepper. Got your kosher salt, your onion powder, your garlic powder, and you're going to have your wet ingredients, which is going to be water, hot sauce, and Worcestershire sauce. Put that in there. Alright, then we've got another wet ingredient. It's going to be your cider vinegar. Now we're using apple cider vinegar. If you want it more tangy, you can use white vinegar. I like the subtlety of the apple cider vinegar. It just comes off a lot better to me. And we're going to be using, I'll tell you this one, it's going to be a whole cup of mayonnaise in this. Now what this is going to do, this is actually going to make about enough to fill up that, if I remember right, because we've had parties and stuff, we've had to double it and triple it, but we're just making the standard recipe today, so we'll see how much that makes. I want to say it may not fill that up, we'll just see. Let's get this going. That smells good already, but apple cider vinegar in it. And just mix it around because you don't want to get it all over you. Mix it around till it starts melding together, and then you want to start whisking it. And you want to whisk all those knots out of it, all the lumps and stuff. See how it starts to smooth out? And this, you talking about good, it's just you can't beat it on chicken. I mean, we eat it on a lot of other things, but chicken, especially chicken thighs, it is just spectacular. Alright, we're going to try to do this without getting it all over me. Just like I remember every time. Man, it's good. It's good by itself. I mean, I wouldn't suggest drinking it, but you probably could. It'd clean you out, probably. I'll have vinegar in there. We're going to try to get in this bowl or in this squirt bottle without getting it everywhere. And yeah, that's what, like I said, sometimes we double and triple it, but this is about what you're going to get out of it if you use the actual recipe that I'm showing you, the measurements and everything. And the good thing about that, the reason it's such a small amounts to start with, but it fills this up, this stuff is not going to, I mean, it's not going to last. It's not going to hang out forever. And it's good for about, in the refrigerator for about a good 3 days, I think it is, maybe a little longer, but I would definitely use it. And it's going to separate on you when you leave it in the refrigerator. If you leave it in there, you're going to have to shake it up, which is, that's obvious. You're going to see it in there. About 3 days is all we usually use it, and you want to keep it refrigerated. Like I said, you can use it like it is now because you've got mayonnaise in it already. That's cool. I mean, it's cool to the touch now, but we chill it out because it's a lot better to me like I said. But I'm gonna put the recipe here at the end, and then what it's gonna do is gonna break in between two videos because we're gonna show you how to make this chicken, the honey garlic skillet chicken, and it's absolutely amazing. We've got all kind of rave reviews on it, you know, just from friends, that kind of thing, and family. But we're gonna do that. And in the meantime, I'm gonna put this in there and let it mellow out, and we'll be back in a few minutes. All right, everybody, we're back, and we're gonna get started on this garlic honey chicken skillet thighs. And what we've done, we're speeding things up just a little bit for y'all. And I've gone ahead and seasoned one side, and we put a little. The recipe calls for just salt and pepper on it, but now we've actually gone through and you can put a little bit of rub on the inside under the thighs. Make sure you peel the skin back and get it in there. But we put salt and pepper on the front. I'm gonna go ahead and flip these over, and we'll do the back. And your chicken thighs, you just use whatever chicken thighs, just pat them dry, you know, so they're going to sear a little better. We're going to put a little bit of salt, kosher salt. And you don't have to really liberally season these because everything else that's going in there is going to season everything up. Okay, that should be good on that. Just pepper them. And we use this coarse ground pepper. You like a lot of pepper. That pepper is actually going to help get a good sear on them also. We'll put them in. Okay. Alright, what we're going to do, let me wash the hands off real quick. So what we're going to do now is you want to heat your cast iron skillet, whatever you got. Cast iron works best. I mean, I love them. But I've been using them since I was old enough to cook. But you're going to take and you want a tablespoon of butter and a tablespoon you can use olive oil. We use regular oil, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's going to be alright either way. But you want to heat them on medium to medium high. And you're going to melt, while that's melting down, we're going to get some other stuff going. But this is, as soon as this gets down to where it's ready to fry, and we'll show you when we put them on, but when it gets ready to fry or sear, you're going to put your chicken thighs on them, and you're going to sear each side probably 3 to 4 minutes, something like that, until they get good and golden brown. You flip them, do the other side 3 or 4 minutes. You're not cooking these all the way through right now. All you're doing is getting a good sear on them, and you're going to set them aside. And then we're going to go on to step 2, which is going to be potatoes and onions. And then there's another step after that. So I mean, everything's going to end up coming back out of the pan, and we're going to end up putting it together at the end to cook. And it's going to go in the oven at 400, I think, 400 for about 25-30 minutes. I mean, it's stair-stepping process on it, but I'm telling you, the end result's awesome. We'll see y'all in a few. Taters have gotten a good golden brown on them. We're going to flip them one more time, and you just keep flipping them. You let them sit for a little while, and you flip them, and they're going to be about this consistency. Like I said, nothing's getting done right now. We're going to flip these one more time just to get that good stuff off the bottom. Alright, what we're going to do is I'm going to take these off the heat for a minute. I don't want to get too done. But like I said, they're going to cook. You're going to take all these off. Don't worry about all that grease you're going to need, or the oil and the butter. You're going to need all that. And that's chicken fat in there too. It's just helping everything along. We're going to add a little bit more butter to this, as a matter of fact. Oh, and by the way, I got my apron on, as you can tell. Mama made me put it on. She didn't want me ruining my shirt. So, and Mama is Carmen, but she's doing the gracious enough to do the video for me right now. And if you got anything stuck on the bottom, like I said, just scrape it off, and you're gonna lose some here and there. This is not a clean recipe. If you like an exquisite kitchen, you're gonna do some cleaning. We usually keep ours pretty clean, but this isn't one of those times. And you don't have to do anything more than just set these off to the side and let them ride, let them rest for a little bit. In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the sauce that's going in here. And this is a quarter. What it is now, we doubled the recipe because when we first made it, the recipe didn't have enough sauce to it for us, but so we doubled the recipe on this one. So you're looking at, let me see, a quarter cup. It's going to end up being a half cup of soy sauce, a half cup of honey and 2 tablespoons of white vinegar. And what you're going to do before you do this now, you're going to put, this is, just hold on to this. What we're going to do is put it back on the heat, and we're going to get another tablespoon of butter to put in here. It's about a tablespoon right there. And let it melt in. And all this stuff, it's going to start picking all this stuff off of here, off the bottom. You'll be able to scrape it off. Get it melted and going. Oh, that handle's getting warm. Melt that in. And then we're going to add that sauce. We're going to reduce the heat down and let that simmer for a little bit and let that sauce thicken some before we put everything back in it. And what that's going to be, you're looking at, we're going to get this sauce, you know, a little bit thicker. We're going to thicken it up a little bit. Then we're going to layer the potatoes and onions back in there, and then we're going to put those chicken breasts, we're going to nestle them on top. Then we're going to throw it in the oven, I think it's 30 minutes. Let me double check here in a minute. But I think it's, yeah, at 400-degree oven now for 25 to 30 minutes until everything's soft and cooked and all that. And then it is, I'm telling you, it's amazing. But we're going to get this butter melted back in here. Matter of fact, it's probably good enough right now. Go ahead and pour everything in there. I'm going to reduce this heat a little bit. And put everything in here. Let's see. Ooh, all that honey. It's not going to take too long to thicken up because that honey's got a lot of sugar in it. Natural sugars. But we definitely want to cook down some. I tell you something, I just forgot. I did it out of order. The garlic, I forgot the garlic. You got to have 4 cloves of garlic in here, and it was supposed to, you know, get them kind of sweaty, or sweating them out a little bit till they get fragrant, and then add this. But what I'm going to do real quick is while this is starting to simmer, I'm going to take that garlic and put it in a little saucepan. And like I said, this, you know, that's not the order it's in. I'm going to put it in the saucepan and go ahead and sweat it down, and then I'm going to just add it to it. So we'll have the results here in a minute when it's thickened up, and we'll start the next process. Now that we've got that thickened and my faux pas is fixed, because I sweated off that garlic, got it fragrant. I put a little bit more butter in there, and once I got it, you know, kind of fragrant, just kind of browning it just a little bit. You really don't want to put a crust on or anything. I poured it in with a mixture, and this is what you're looking for. It's going to start getting slightly thicker. You want to saute it. I have turned it down now. Once you put that garlic in, you can leave it on whatever temperature it was on and let it go. And you just have to watch it. And if it looks like it's getting too thick, too quick, you need to turn it down. But I've turned that down to medium-low, and it's still simmering. It's got the garlic in there. And what I found, now what you're going to do, what we're fixing to do is we're going to put the potatoes back in here, and then we're going to nestle the chicken thighs on top of it. And recipe calls to drizzle some of the sauce over there. Now it was a pain in the rump to get, once I put all those potatoes in, that chicken thighs, it was a pain in the rump trying to get some sauce off the bottom of that when they were in there. So what I'm going to do, and this sauce is not, like I said, you're still not cooking everything done. This sauce is going to be thin. You're going to get some. What I'm doing is just reserving it out of here, getting some to reserve to pour over the top when I do put the potatoes back in there and the chicken. And that's about right there. The oven's, like I said, set to 400 degrees, and you're going to cook this for 30 minutes. What we're going to do is we're going to start with potatoes. Start with potatoes. You're going to start just layering back in there. Get all that goodie out of there and put it back in. Anything, it all helps. So you got your layer of potatoes. See what I was talking about? It's going to be hard to, once you put the chicken thighs in there, to put it all over everything. And just get them, you know, evened out in there. We're going to take these chicken thighs, and we're just going to rest them all around, just nestle them in there. I think I like that side there. And like I said, I had the chicken thighs that actually had the chicken thigh or the chicken skin was big enough to go around all the way around both sides, so I browned both of them. You get your goodies right there and put it on top if you want to. Get that out of the way. And you see what we got going so far, and I'm telling you, this gets better when it cooks. Oh man, it's awesome. But you're gonna drizzle this sauce over everything. Doesn't have to be perfect, just get it on there. It's all going back in. And we're going to take this. I got to get something for the hot hand. I'm going to take this, and like I said, you see what's going on right now. You're going to put it in a 400-degree oven for 30 minutes or until everything's all soft and done. But I'm telling you, those chicken thighs are going to be done and those potatoes will be done by then. Set it in there. We're going to set it and forget it for a half hour. We'll be back to show you the results here in a minute. We'll get that thing plated up. Alright, we got everything. It's been cooking for 30 minutes and we're about done here. It's bubbling good and everything looks good in there. We're going to plate it up in just a minute. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut up some green onions, and we're going to put it over the top of it. It's going to be for presentation and taste, because those fresh onions, that little crisp bite there is going to work well with everything. But it's going to make it, you know, for a pretty presentation, if you will. But what we're going to do is these have already been rinsed and dried. What I'm going to do is just square them up a little bit, and we'll use those in something else, but I'm not going to use them right now. What we're going to do is just start. I'm going to cut these on the bias. We're going to get them ready for our presentation. We won't need a whole lot. I won't make more than we need to, because we're going to use them for something else. Other stuff anyway. You see, they're going to have a nice form to them. That should be enough to do what we need to do. I'm going to move this out the way, and we're going to get this thing plated up here. Alright, see what we got going on here. Get my oven mitt. I keep getting fussed at because I ain't bought an oven mitt yet, but I just can't bring myself to do it. Ooh, man. We move that down to the bottom rack about halfway through, just for whatever reason. But there it is right there. We're going to get it over here in just a second. That thing's hot right now. We're going to move it here so we can get it dipped out. Maybe y'all can see this while I'm doing it. Maybe I won't mess nothing up. I'm going to get one of these chicken thighs. I'm going to get them out of the way so we can plate up some of these potatoes. Yeah, they got good and soft. They still are firm enough they're not turning to mush, but they are soft. And they're I mean, that's going to be real good. Alright, let's get this thing going here. A little extra potatoes there. And what we're going to do is take this chicken thigh, and that's a pretty one there, so we'll use it. And we're just going to put a couple of them on there. Get them ready to go. Get a little bit of that juice and drain and drizzle over the top of them. But now remember, we're going to use this this white barbecue sauce that we've made. We're going to put it on here, and we're going to make it look pretty. And I'm telling you right now, that white barbecue sauce is awesome. It's going to blend real well with the sweetness of everything on here. Give that a good shake, and it's chilled down real well. And we're just going to sprinkle this over. And then we're going to take some of these onions and put them on it, the green onions, and just let them fall on the plate where they will. Get that big one off of there. Fall on the plate where they will. And it gives you a pretty presentation, but it also, like I said, you know, when you get you the bite of those, you're going to have a little bit of flavor to them, a little bite. But I'm telling you right now, that's good eating. That's fitting right there. We've made it before and it's awesome. It was awesome last time. It'd be the same thing this time, except the only thing we did was double up on the sauce recipe because there wasn't enough sauce on the last time. Wasn't enough sauce on it, and it just didn't. You didn't have any reserve. You didn't have any extra to do anything with, and it just kind of. I guess it kind of glazed on the potatoes, which was good. I mean, but this right here is going to give you a little sauce to mix in when you get a bite of chicken and the taters and that kind of thing. When you get a bite of everything and mix in that sauce with that white sauce, it's going to be banging. So anyway, we hope y'all enjoyed it. If you like it, like and subscribe, and we'll talk to y'all later. All right then.